Welcome back to my channel where we talk about Social Security changes, the next two stimulus packages, and daily news updates as well. Top leadership in Congress has proposed a new stimulus bill which would increase Social Security benefits by $1,020 per year. So in this video, we're going to discuss the details and exactly who would qualify. We'll also do a quick update on the next two stimulus package negotiations and a quick update on daily trending news. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving away a stimulus check on that channel just as a thank you for supporting my work. Now, for the past few years, Democrats have promised to increase Social Security benefits. And now that they control the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, we expect them to follow through on this promise. And while Democrats are expected to have their stimulus package done by September 27th, that is the current deadline to have both stimulus packages done, there have been a myriad of proposals to get done for seniors. Democrats have proposed $200 per month for Social Security beneficiaries. That is something some Democrats are still pushing for. President Biden has also promised a permanent Social Security increase across the board, which would add up to over $6,000 per year for those who are low income. That could potentially end up in this package as well. And one of the top-ranking Democratic senators, Ron Wyden, who is actually the Senate Finance Committee chair and is in charge of putting together a large part of the stimulus package, proposed a stimulus plan which would increase Social Security benefits by over $1,000 per year. So let's talk about exactly how this plan works and who would qualify. But first, let's do a quick update on daily trending news. First, I want to send my prayers out to those in the Northeast because Hurricane Ida has been causing tremendous flooding and rainstorms and even tornadoes across the Northeast. And a lot of people are currently sheltering for their lives, and unfortunately, a lot of people have actually lost their lives. So guys, please send out your prayers. This is a crazy situation, and Democrats are saying this is another sign as to why we need climate change reform. And guys, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Do you think global warming is to blame for this? Republicans, on the other hand, are saying this is just a normal part of nature, and global warming is not to blame. But in any case, climate change is a major issue that Democrats are trying to include in this next stimulus package. And these recent storms are something that Democrats are using as just another reason to try and get that done. But more importantly, guys, here, it's just so tragic that people are having to shelter for their lives. And unfortunately, so many people have already lost their lives because of this. So our prayers truly go out to the families who have been affected. In other news, Republicans continue to slam President Biden and the way he's handled the issues in Afghanistan, and recent leaks showed, first of all, that President Biden did not expect the Taliban to take over as quickly as they did, but secondly, he actually instructed the president of Afghanistan to try and change the perception of the Middle East and minimize what people thought the power and influence of the Taliban was. Now, Republicans are jumping on this and slamming Biden, saying that he was basically instructing the president of Afghanistan to lie. And Democrats are coming out to defend Biden, saying that all President Biden was telling him was to project from a position of power to not look weak in front of the Taliban and in front of the world at large. Guys, this is obviously a really, really controversial topic, and the most important thing is that our American soldiers are home safe. And again, our prayers go out to each and every single person and their family who had to lose their life in this war. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think President Biden did the right thing when he was talking to the president of Afghanistan, or do you think he was basically instructing him to lie? He said the perception around the world and in parts of Afghanistan is that things are not going well in terms of the fight against the Taliban. And there's a need, whether it's true or not, there is a need to project a different picture. Of course, Press Secretary Jen Psaki had to answer for this, so let's take a look, see exactly what she had to say, and then we'll discuss the details of what's happening with the next two stimulus packages, as well as this new Social Security proposal, which would increase benefits by over $1,000 per year, and we'll discuss exactly who would qualify.
And then one on Afghanistan, there's some reporting that we'd like to confirm regarding a call in July, between President Biden and former Afghanistan President Ghani One, that both leaders appeared completely unaware that the Taliban would take over, and secondly, that they discussed plans to project that Afghan forces were still in control. Is that accurate? Can you tell us a little bit more about that, Paul?
Well, I'm not going to get into private diplomatic conversations or leaked transcripts of phone calls. But what I can reiterate for you is that we have stated many times that no one anticipated, the vast majority, I should say, there may have been individuals and agencies, so I don't want to eliminate that option, but our national security team and no one in Congress, or I would say most people out in the public, anticipated that the Taliban would be able to take over the country as quickly as they did, or that the Afghan National Security Forces would fold as quickly as they did. So even the content of the reporting is consistent with what we've said many times publicly. I'll also note something that the president said in his press conference around the same time of this reported phone call. The Afghan government and leadership has to come together. They clearly have the capacity to sustain the government in place. The question is, will they generate the kind of cohesion to do it? And what the president conveyed publicly and certainly privately as well, repeatedly to Afghan leaders, as did our national security officials, is that it's important that the leaders in Afghanistan do exactly that, lead, and show the country that they are ready to continue to the fight against the Taliban, that they have the will for the Afghan National Security Forces to continue that fight even as our U.S. forces leave.
So Jen Psaki kind of spinning things in a way to defend President Biden. But again, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments, and let's jump right into an update on the next two stimulus packages, where negotiations stand today, and the details of this new proposal, which would increase Social Security benefits by over $1,000 per year. Okay, now currently, Democrats are working in the House to put together the details of the next stimulus package, and Nancy Pelosi gave them a deadline of September 15th. So she is hoping that Democrats can have the details done by September 15th because they have a deadline of September 27th to get the physical infrastructure plan done. Remember, Pelosi has been trying to get moderates and progressive Democrats on the same page so they could pass the physical infrastructure plan and the American Family Stimulus Plan at the exact same time. And in order to make moderate Democrats happy, she had to promise them that they would vote to fully approve the physical stimulus plan by September 27th at the latest, no matter what is happening with the American Family Stimulus Plan. So with that deadline in place, progressives and Nancy Pelosi are now racing to get the American Family Stimulus package done before the physical stimulus plan in order to pass both at the exact same time, because progressives are worried that if the physical plan gets passed first, moderate Democrats will then have no incentive left to approve the American Family Stimulus Plan, which again, that's the one that could include direct stimulus payments. It could include a fourth round of stimulus checks, $200 per month for Social Security benefits, permanent Social Security benefit increases across the board, and even the adult tax credit, which would be a monthly stimulus payment similar to the child tax credit payment. So Democrats are trying to simultaneously craft the bill by putting together the details and basically have both the Senate and the House simultaneously agree to the details of the bill as they're writing it. Now, this is unusual. Usually what they do is the House will write the package, they'll come to an agreement with a general understanding that the Senate will mostly agree with most of what's in the package, but there could be some minor tweaks. That is not happening in this case. Nancy Pelosi is racing to get this bill done quickly, so she has instructed House Democrats, put together the details, but work with the Senate concurrently to make sure that the Senate will fully approve this package quickly. Now, this is their attempt to get this bill done in a few weeks, when normally it would take at least a few months. So although Congress has no excuse, we've been waiting for a really long time to get this stimulus. They are on a really tight deadline. The House committees are now kicking off what they call the markup process to begin churning out the details of the stimulus package. The markup process is basically just a debate where the committees get together and they debate over exactly what's going to be included in the package. So in layman's terms, this means that they are finally putting together the details of this next stimulus package. Now, based off of Nancy Pelosi's package, that gives them about 13 more days to get that done, leaving them another 12 days to vote and fully approve it before the September 27th deadline for the physical stimulus plan. Now, Senate Finance Chair Ron Wyden, he is the senator of Oregon, and he is in charge of drafting the largest piece of the stimulus package. And he said that this will be a vastly bigger effort than enacting the previous stimulus package in March. Remember, guys, when the last stimulus package was done, Democrats had promised to do a third stimulus check, so they had a strong sense of urgency to get that done. Now, unfortunately, Democrats continue to argue over some of the main pieces of this bill. First of all, will there be a fourth stimulus check? They still haven't decided. Will there be a $200 per month stimulus boost for Social Security benefits? They still haven't decided that either. Will there be an adult tax credit that is paid as a monthly stimulus? That has still not been set in stone either. On top of that, Democrats are also arguing whether or not to expand Medicare. Remember, Bernie Sanders and progressives want to expand Medicare to include those who are 60 years and older. Currently, you have to be 65, as well as include dental, hearing, and vision care as well. Now, the majority of Democrats support this, but a handful of moderates don't. And now reports are saying that even dentists don't like this plan because including dental care in Medicare actually pays dentists less than private insurance plans do. So reports are saying that the American Dental Association is actually lobbying to limit the amount of people that would qualify for dental care through Medicare. Guys, that's really sad. We have millions of seniors who need dental care. Now, although dentists have been on the front lines throughout this, and I really sympathize and I appreciate their work, I find it really sad that we have millions of seniors in this country who need dental coverage, and then we have the American Dental Association that wants to limit that. So those are a couple of issues that Democrats continue to debate. But on top of that, we have the tax issue. This is one of the biggest issues in this stimulus package. Now, the majority of Democrats want to raise taxes on the rich, but some moderates like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema really don't. Now, remember, President Biden wants to raise the majority of this money by increasing taxes on corporations and the rich, and he promised that nobody making less than $400,000 per year would see an increase in their taxes. Now, as a whole, President Biden's tax plan would raise $4 trillion in taxes over the next 10 years, mainly by taxing the wealthy. First, he would plan to raise $1.3 trillion by increasing the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. Secondly, he would want to raise another $962 billion by lifting the Social Security cap, meaning that more rich people would pay more into the Social Security system, and this funding is what specifically would be used to expand Social Security benefits. He also wants to raise another $448 billion by taxing capital gains as much as ordinary income for millionaires. This refers to the fact that currently if someone sells a stock, those gains they made are taxed at a much lower level than normal income. So you might go to work and pay 30% in taxes, and at the same time, a millionaire will sell a stock and pay 15% in taxes. President Biden wants to change that to make sure that the rich are paying their fair share. He also wants to increase the top tax bracket on the rich. Currently, the top 1% pay about 29.7% in federal income tax on average. President Biden's tax plan would raise that to 41.7% on average. President Biden wants to do the largest increase on taxes on the top 0.1%, mostly the billionaires. Currently, they pay on average 30.4% in federal tax. He wants to raise that to 46.7%. And again, these taxes are the main thing that moderate Democrats are arguing. They don't want to raise taxes on the rich, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see exactly what happens in the next couple of weeks as negotiations continue. And again, Nancy Pelosi has set a deadline for the details of this package of September 15th. Okay, guys, let's jump into Social Security benefits and the increase that would be $1,020 per year, which was proposed by Senator Ron Wyden, who was in charge of writing this next stimulus package. Now, first, I want to back up to last year. And remember, the original $200 per month stimulus for Social Security, which was proposed, was actually created by Senator Ron Wyden himself. And this was in partnership with Senator Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren. So I just want to point out that we have Democrats in power, in high levels of power, who want to do Social Security stimulus. Chuck Schumer, who now has become the Senate Majority Leader, and Senator Ron Wyden, who is the Senate Finance Committee chair and in charge of writing a large part of the stimulus package. They both want to approve stimulus for Social Security. So that is really, really good news. And they are advocating to increase Social Security benefits as well. Now, could this monthly boost be included in this next stimulus package? We'll have to wait and see. But the good news is we do have Democrats in power who are fighting to get this done. And again, originally this plan was supposed to last 2 years and would have added up to over $4,000 in stimulus for seniors. Now, as far as Ron Wyden's plan to increase Social Security benefits by over $1,020 per year, this is called the Elder Poverty Relief Act. This was proposed by Senate Finance Committee Chair Ron Wyden, along with Finance Committee members Sherrod Brown from Ohio and Bob Casey from Pennsylvania. And they introduced the bill to lift seniors out of poverty and increase the standard of living for seniors. This would increase benefits for those who are on Social Security, those who are on SSDI, and those who are on SSI as well. Senator Ron Wyden said, "Too many seniors are walking on an economic tightrope, balancing their food bill against their rent against their utility bill. It's time to update Social Security's guarantee of a secure retirement." He said, "A lifetime of hard work should not be followed by the inability to pay bills and put food on the table. It's time to strengthen Social Security and ensure that it is able to keep its promise of a secure retirement for America's seniors." Now, this bill would add an additional $85 per month, adding up to $1,020 per year, and that would specifically apply to Americans who are 82 years and older, those who are lower income, and SSI recipients who have reached full retirement age. Now, as far as the low income requirement, they still have not announced that, but generally with these bills, the requirement of low income is usually the poverty level or 125% of the poverty level. So anybody making less than about $15,000 per year would most likely qualify for this increase. So guys, this plan proposed by Senator Ron Wyden, who is putting together a large part of the next stimulus package, would increase benefits by $1,020 per year for the majority of people who are low income on Social Security. So again, we have top Democratic leaders who are pushing to increase Social Security benefits and pushing to approve more stimulus for seniors as well. And I know an extra $1,000 is not enough, but it is a step in the right direction and could almost act as a bridge between what we have now and what President Biden promised. Remember, President Biden promised to increase Social Security benefits by over $6,000 per year for those who are low income. That would go a long way for helping seniors, and we expect President Biden to keep his promise. So guys, all of this could potentially end up in the next stimulus package. And with the deadline for that package approaching, we should have a lot of updates in the next couple of weeks. So don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you posted as things develop on the next 2 stimulus packages and Social Security changes as well. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. So until the next video, take care and have a great day.